What's up guys, HOTSHOTFRONTIER back at it again with another video, and in this video guys, I'm going to show you cards that you should buy before it's too late. So let's start off with Crossout Designator. You guys know a staple Yu-Gi-Oh card that you definitely should have 3 copies of, even though we may not be using it as much right now. Later down the line, we definitely will be using it. Like if Max D ever comes back to the format, this card is shooting up past the point of no return. Like this card will be so expensive, it'll be too late to pick up the card. So definitely go ahead and grab it. Just have your staples. You definitely want to grab your staples in terms of things that you're looking to pick up before anything else, and then you're set. Make any deck you want. Go ahead and put any staple cards that you want in that deck. As long as you have all the staples, end of the day, you're good, right? But again, personally, pick this card up if you don't have it. Going on to our next one, we have Corridor of Agony. Now, I actually didn't check this out, but this was Yassine. He actually did a short, and he talked about this card, how insane it is from Shining Darkness, such an old set. And basically what this card does is the effects of monsters special summoned from the deck cannot be activated and are negated as long as they remain facing on the field. Also, attacks cannot be declared on them. So it's very similar to something like Deck Lockdown, where it prevents players from, I believe it's adding or it's drawing. I think it's adding cards from their main deck to their hand. So it's another floodgate type of continuous spell card. Really cool and insanely cheap. The only thing is it's going to be hard to find a seller that has 3 copies of it. You could try eBay and you might have better luck there. But personally, it's not bad to at least grab copies now in case of, it becomes like a huge tech later on down the line. Or if you have this, definitely keep it. I would 100% recommend that. Going on to our next one, we have Kashtira Fenrir, another card that is semi-staple. It is the, of course, it's the current Hanker Tops, right? And you still have your cheap copies. I mean, you have 18 bucks from the latest Megatins, not bad. The ultis, if you want ultis, about 40s aren't bad. I mean, they used to be like 80, 90 bucks. You guys already know. But personally, as long as you have at least 2 copies, you're pretty much golden. Now, I would recommend getting 3, but minimum, get 2 copies at least. Not a bad card to have. Go on to our next one, we have the Utopic Draco Future. So you guys know that when King's Court came out, the ultra rare for this card, the only printing was pretty expensive. I'm not gonna lie. When we finally got the reprint, it really did settle down, and it still has settled down. But I've noticed that, it's at a good price right now, and it's like just before the combo storm, you know what I mean? And the moment it finds another way to be broken in a certain strategy, that's it, it's all over. So you definitely want something to you want to go ahead and grab a copy, because you may be using this later down the line. If not, then don't worry about it. There are a lot of other important cards on this list to get, but just want to keep that thought in your head as we go on. We now have Zeus, and Zeus, wow, Zeus is now slowly going back up. Of course, we had the ultra rare copy from the Tin of Ancient Battles, and it did bring the price down a lot, but it has been some time since then. Now we do have other copies. You have the secret rare from Monstrous Revenge for 18 bucks. You have the OG Phantom Rage secret rare copy, which I personally own. I love it. There's also the Starlight Rare version, which I actually had for a long time, and then I finally moved it. There's the Quarter Century Rare version. There's the Ultimate Rare version from the OTS set. But yeah, a lot of different rares that you definitely could pick up if you want to, consider picking up the card. I would just go with the honestly OG Secret. It's not too far from the Ultra Rare, and at least you have a copy of it. It's absolutely insane. You guys already know, but yeah, it's something you definitely want to just have access to in your deck if you can play it. Going on to Access Code Talker. This card is, of course, goated for just giving you that OTK, that feeling of all right, there we go, I'm pushing for game. And I mean, personally, I actually caught this the other day. I didn't even know that the prices for this were actually going up. So at the end of the day, you just want to have access to this card. I would just grab the gold rare, but personally, I mean, you can just go ahead and pay a few extra bucks and just grab the secret rare. It still looks really nice, and you want to have access to that OTK. Most important part. If you can use it in your strategy, it's a nice option to at least look into. Going on to our next one, we have the rank 4 Gallant Granite. So this card can search Nibiru, if you guys did not know previously. And personally, I've been kind of looking at this card for a long time, and it just has not really been going up in price. This is a good card, and I think personally later when we get another deck like Emancipator, you know, or even if that deck comes back, this card can definitely be hyped up and go crazy in terms of price. It's a nice card to, it's pretty generic too, just 2 level 4s. It's not specific like 2 level 4 rock monsters. So it's nice to at least have access to 1 copy. You never know, right? And you could actually still use it and get into Imperial. So now we have the arch nemesis Pescados. So its counterpart got banned a long time ago for good reasons, of course, because those 2 monsters are actually broken. Personally, at some point this card will actually get banned too, just because of how the card is. This card is pretty insane. I mean, you can just declare a monster type and destroy all those monsters on the field with that type. Pretty cool, and to be honest, it's not hard to banish too, just banishing different types from your deck. So personally, it's a nice card to have, and if you can fit into your strategy, definitely consider doing it for sure. Going on to our next one, we have Clockwork Knight. So personally, I should have mentioned this a long time ago, but I'm sure a lot of people also knew because, you know, Battles of Legend Crystal Revenge had a lot of hit banger cards in the set, and this is actually one of the cards that was originally hyped up as well, because this card turns all monsters on the field into machine monsters. It's perfect for like something like Ancient Gear, but at the same time, it helps out if you're playing something like Super Volley, because everything will be the same type, and it will make it easier, because a lot of boards nowadays are more diverse. They kind of get away from Super Volley, but this kind of just turns everything into the same level playing field, which is great. And it's just further support for like Earth Machine decks or any decks that use Earth Machine monsters. So consider grabbing your copies. They are going crazy, about 10 or 11 bucks. But personally, I wouldn't wait longer because the card's just gonna go up, up, up. And I don't think it's gonna get a reprint anytime soon. Now we have DD Crow, specifically the Duelist of Shadows version. It might be its highest rare copy in terms of accessibility, you know, not the ultimate rares or the Starlight rares, of course, but you want to grab like some semi-cheap, I guess you want to say, about 20 bucks, so 60 bucks for a playset, and you have some shiny cardboard. Not a bad idea. I mean, in general, you should just have access to DD Crow, but if you want to have this specific version, it might be the time to get it before it goes crazier, because remember, it's something, a product that you have to open up, and it's a gotcha. It's like, did you get it? Did you not get it? Well, okay, you got the one, let's try to grab more, right? Or just buy them online. So consider grabbing that if you want that, of course. Going on to our next one, we have Sky Striker Ace Azalea. So a lot of people aren't using this as much because you have something like, of course, Little Knight, which is so much better, but at the same time, it's a great, really great Link 2 monster in the game. And we love those Link 2 monsters that have high attack as well. Plus, it just does so much in terms of when you summon it, when you battle. It's a great Yu-Gi-Oh card, personally. And something that you also have to know, if you didn't know, Battles of Legends Monsters Revenge, this was short printed too. So this card could definitely go further up in price. It probably won't go down, to be honest with you. So if you want access to it, you should grab it now rather than later, for sure. Go on to our next one. We have Super Star Slayer TY Thon Sky Crisis. I'm just gonna say Super Star Killer, but Anti-Zeus, there we go, Anti-Zeus. This card is crazy, and I mean, personally, for what, it was like 22 bucks. For a while, it was like 14 bucks, and it has been going crazier because people are using this card in their deck, and it just creates another layer of disruption. Your opponent, you know, neither player can activate effects of monsters that have 3,000 or more attack. And it's funny enough that a lot of monsters in the metagame right now are exactly 3,000. So it's a cool card to have, and it has high attack and defense to kind of survive your opponent trying to get over it. So very interesting card to have, and even though it's a recent set, this card will definitely be going crazy in price. Moving on to our last one, we have Infernal Flame Banshee. So this card is crazy cheap for what it does. If you guys don't know, again, 2 generic level 4 monsters. Crazy when they're like that, right? You can detach 1 material, take 1 pyro monster from your deck, either add it to your hand or send it to your grave, which is great for a lot of strategies, by the way. If you want to send something to grave, Foolish Barrow it, or add it to hand. Now, I was thinking about the kaiju, the fire kaiju, but that's actually dragon, so you can't do that. Now, another good card that you actually can't add or send to grave is the barrier statue of the Inferno, because of course there are so many barrier statues, right? And personally, I mean, it's great. This can be used in a lot of strategies, and I might actually show you guys one day what deck that I actually want to put that in. But personally, it's great to see that they're using more barrier statue cards, because at some point someone's gonna break all these like barrier statues and get them all banned. That would be crazy to see on a ban list, to be honest with you. But for what this card does, it's insane that it's still like $1 or $2. Like, I would definitely consider grabbing a copy, grabbing a few copies. You want to put them in several decks. Definitely a good card to, you know, add to your collection and just to see what happens to it later on. But guys, that's the end of the video. If you guys agree with our picks, let me know down below. If not, also let me know down below. And if you guys like the video, make sure to give it a huge like. Comment down below your thoughts on the market watch. What cards did we miss? What cards should you buy now before it's too late? And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you're updated the moment I upload new videos. But guys, that's it for me. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.